Former Ireland hooker and respected pundit Bernard Jackman has poured cold water on speculation linking All Black superstar Ardie Savea with a sensational move to Leinster, insisting that the rumours owe more to agent maneuvering than genuine intent from the Dublin province. Recent reports have suggested that Savea could be tempted to Europe on a short-term deal ahead of the 2027 Rugby World Cup, following a path similar to fellow New Zealand internationals Jordie Barrett and Rieko Ioane, both of whom have agreed temporary contracts with Leinster in recent seasons. However, Jackman believes the supposed Leinster interest is being overstated, despite the province's financial clout and growing reputation as a destination for high-profile Southern Hemisphere stars. The speculation gained traction after the New Zealand Herald claimed that Savea is seriously unhappy with the current All Black setup, with unrest allegedly growing inside the camp. The report suggested that players are increasingly dissatisfied with the leadership of head coach Scott Robertson and his assistant Scott Hansen, raising questions about the broader environment within New Zealand rugby. Against that backdrop, Savea's future has become a topic of intense debate. The 32-year-old, who currently plays his club rugby in Japan with Kobelco Kobe Steelers, is reportedly weighing his options. These range from remaining in Japan, where he enjoys financial security and a lighter schedule, to testing himself in Europe should the opportunity align with his personal and professional goals. Leinster were the only European club explicitly mentioned in the Herald report, but Jackman believes that detail should be treated with caution. Speaking on the RT Rugby podcast, the former Leinster and Connacht hooker suggested that the Dublin link is far from concrete. Leinster have potentially found this model where they can go high-profile for a short period of time and have Jordie Barrett and Rieko Ioane for the business end of the season, Jackman said. But I would say that's more the agent flying the kite. Jackman did, however, acknowledge that the broader issue of unrest within the All Blacks is real and ongoing. There's lots of unrest in the All Blacks. It will be fascinating to see what they do, or if they do anything, because this hasn't gone away, he added. The bad vibes from camp have been there for the last year, and it will be fascinating to see what the NZRU do. While Savea's dissatisfaction may be genuine, Jackman's view is that Leinster are unlikely to be the solution, particularly given their current squad balance and the political realities of Irish rugby. Leinster are already stacked in the back row, boasting a depth chart that includes Caelan Doris, Josh van der Flier, Jack Conan, Max Deegan, and emerging talents who are pushing for greater involvement. From a purely rugby perspective, there is no glaring need for reinforcement in that position, even if the player in question is widely regarded as one of the best loose forwards of his generation. Former Munster fly-half Johnny Holland echoed that sentiment while recognizing the unique allure of a player like Savea. They have their top 4 or 5 back rows, and I don't think they need a back row like Ardie Savea, Holland said. But then again, everyone needs a back row like Ardie Savea. He's that good. Savea's standing in the global game is unquestioned. A relentless ball carrier, destructive defender, and inspirational leader. He has been one of the All Blacks' most consistent performers over the past decade. Any club in world rugby would have to consider signing him if the opportunity arose. Yet Holland also raised a crucial point about the structure of Irish rugby and the influence of the Irish Rugby Football Union. If you're in Leinster and there's a possibility you can get someone like that, and you've got the money for him, you would obviously take him, he said. But how much do the IRFU have a say in these signings at the moment? Probably a lot, so I don't know how that's useful for Irish rugby. That question cuts to the heart of the matter. Unlike privately run clubs elsewhere in Europe, Leinster operate within a centrally controlled system where the IRFU retains significant influence over recruitment. Any marquee signing is assessed not just on its benefit to the province, but on its impact across the entire Irish rugby ecosystem. Jackman believes that dynamic could work against Leinster, particularly given recent tensions surrounding player movement within the provinces. The most notable example is Joey Carbery's situation. Carbery, who has struggled for game time at Munster and is seeking a fresh start, has been strongly linked with a move to Ulster. That move would appear logical from an IRFU perspective, given Ulster's lack of depth at fly-half. However, Reports suggest Leinster have moved quickly to position themselves as Carbery's preferred destination, despite already having Sam Prendergast and Harry Byrne on their books. Jackman suggested that move may not have gone down well with the governing body. Leinster won't get any massive help from the IRFU short term because of what they did with Joey Carbery, he said. You can go and do what you want with certain things, but it may come back to cost you a little bit later when you need a bit of a favor and a little bit of backing. In that context, the idea of Leinster securing approval to sign a non-Irish, non-EU superstar in a position where Ireland already has considerable depth appears unlikely. From the IRFU standpoint, allocating significant resources to bring in Savea would do little to address national priorities, particularly with younger Irish back rows needing minutes at provincial level. There is also the question of motivation. Savea's potential move would almost certainly be short-term, designed to supplement his income and provide a different experience rather than represent a long-term commitment. While Leinster have shown they are open to such arrangements, those deals have been carefully chosen and strategically timed, often to bolster positions of need ahead of knockout rugby. Ultimately, Jackman's view is that while the All Blacks environment may indeed be in a period of turbulence, Leinster should not be seen as the automatic landing spot for any disillusioned New Zealand star. Savea's future remains uncertain, and much will depend on how New Zealand rugby respond to the growing dissatisfaction within their flagship team. Whether that results in structural change, coaching adjustments, or simply more open dialogue with senior players remains to be seen. What seems far less certain, at least for now, is that Ardie Savea will be pulling on a Leinster jersey anytime soon.